So, Ricky, I'm just going to talk to you a bit about Floyd Mayweather, that fight, that whole extraordinary event. I mean, firstly, how did that come about?
I think it was bound to happen because Floyd was the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, wasn't he? You know, and I was the biggest ticket in the world in the sense that I was bringing the fans over, I was bringing the excitement, I was bringing the atmosphere, bringing the occasion, the humour. You know, Ricky Hatton. It wasn't a Ricky Hatton fight; it was a Ricky Hatton event, wasn't it? You know, I mean, I don't feel bad at me for saying that, but and the fact that I'd beat Kostya, which no one expected me to do, and then I beat Mauser, and then became a two-weight world champion. I won a world title at welterweight, even though I wasn't really a welterweight. I moved back down, fought Urango, and then I beat Jose Luis Castillo in 4 rounds, who had previously gone 24 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. And I know Castillo was probably, had seen slightly better. I think he was in probably better form when he fought Floyd. I think that would be fair to say. I think it was an obvious fight to be made then, wasn't it? You know what I mean? Floyd's gone 24 rounds with Castillo. I've done him in 4. And I was happy to move up a weight again and fight him because, I mean, listen, we all go in boxing to be the best, don't we? And I got an opportunity to fight the best. So it was, it was an easy answer when the fight was offered.
And in the build-up there, I mean, you got this amazing support. I mean, 20, 30,000 fans, I'm not sure of the exact...
I think it might have been 40,000. Yeah. It was just a 10,000 here and there, But no, it was incredible, I mean, as a youngster growing up and watching Leonard and Hagler, Hearns, Tyson, Holyfield and all them see the name up in lights, for me to go over to fight in Vegas would have been something anyway, but to go over and bring that atmosphere, my fans, I'll forever love them, forever be grateful to them, because I mean, I've been going Vegas for years watching fights, and stuff like that, and I've never seen an atmosphere like that ever in Vegas. And I think most people would agree with me. It was just unbelievable, to take over, the capital of boxing, Floyd Mayweather's hometown, and just wreck it and drink it dry. It was so, it's the end of the rainbow fairy tale stuff. And sometimes I look at the posters and think, did that actually happen? But it did. You know what I mean? It was something else, yeah.
And then when Mayweather and you came together, sort of face to face, if you like, in the press conference or whatever it was, you mentioned then Ricky Hatton event. It was almost like a Ricky Hatton stand-up comedy show, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, he never got under my skin, to be honest. He only got under my skin at the weigh-in. I think my head fell off a little bit there, but I mean, I recovered, I put it back on. But I mean, we did 24/7. I went to Los Angeles, New York, Vegas, I think it was Michigan where he was from, Floyd, and then went to London and Manchester and that. And I had him for about a month in my ear and all that, and it didn't bother me at all, I mean, I used to, he used to just insult me and I'd chuck a one-liner back at him. It was just going right over me head. And but at the weigh-in, I was psyched up, the 10,000 people at the weigh-in, I was psyched up, and he got me. We went nose to nose, and I'm not having any not giving him any bit of an advantage. And he leant forward only about half an inch. And I thought, that's all I needed. So I went in then, and it broke up, bit of pushing and shoving, and I got the mic and said, let's have him, come on, and I give it all that. And Billy went, yeah, he went, I said, you're not telling me he's not rattled by this, me sticking the nut on him and all them fans doing there. He said, yeah. He said, but come out from the clouds now, Rick. He went, calm down now, Rick. We've done the job, but get your head back on. And I went, yeah. But, yeah, well, I remember when I used to perform at 10,000 at my fights. There was 10,000 at the weigh-in, yeah.
Yeah, and I can remember one line, and because I think your boy must have been Campbell, he was 6 years old at the time, and you said, I'm missing my 6-year-old son, but luckily...
Yeah, come back. Campbell must have been about 6 at the time, and I went, I said, I've been away from my family, friends, and my 6-year-old son. I said, but it's not too bad because I've spent the last month with another 6-year-old. This... whatever, you know what I mean? So, and I remember Oscar De La Hoya telling me, he said, when they went on the train, when they went to they come from the press conference at Manchester, outside the town hall, and Oscar De La Hoya phoned me, laughing his head off. He went, you won't believe, he said, Floyd sat in the cabin there, he said, he's going absolutely mad. He said, he's absolutely going, he's he's absolutely kicking off. He said, how that little whatever can disrespect me. I thought, that's rich. He just took me all around America for 4 months disrespecting me. Then, but you know, and the 24/7 thing was you know, when I look back at it now, I look back at so much pride because it was, you know, you couldn't have had two better people to do it. Good cop, bad cop, wasn't it? Me, you know, Jack the lad, you know, boy next door, you know, just. You know, I was going to darts, playing football with my film crew, and the film crew over there were waiting for him 6 hours at the gym, you know what I mean? And he was, you know, we made each other on that 24/7. And I think it got some award in America, you know, documentary of the year or something like that, because it was just, we were just so opposites, yeah.
And then, so you walked to the ring, you got 40,000 Brits cheering you on, Tom Jones singing God Save the Queen. What was going through your head then?
No, it's you know, Tom Jones singing the national anthem, you know, look down at ringside, there's David Beckham, you know, there's Hollywood's A-lists, you know, all there at ringside, you know, it was brilliant. I remember being in the changing rooms, you know, when Tom Jones sung the national anthem. He sung it first, and then there was a gentleman come on and sung the United States national anthem. And we have a TV in the changing rooms where when you're warming up, you can watch the previous fights or watch the national anthem come on. And this gentleman come on singing the national anthem for America, and they started booing it. And I looked at Billy and went, this ain't a good sign, this, because I mean, we get this in England all the time at football matches, you know, I mean, right or wrong, but it's part of our, didn't boo the national anthem. But in America, I think it upset a few people. I think the referee might have been one as well. Because, I mean, come the fight night, you know, I said to Billy, I said, just hope he lets me get near. Hope he gets near. And 40,000 Brits in Floyd and the referee's hometown. And then we booed the national anthem. And I just looked at Billy, I said, and I knew after the first round, I'm not saying that's the reason why I got beat, just because of the referee. But I don't think it helped matters.
Yeah, I mean, you had him in the first round. You started really well. You rocked him, didn't you? But for me, it looked like the turning point was when the ref deducted that point. Yeah, you turned your back on him. Yeah,
my head fell off when he deducted a point because, I mean, in all my years of boxing, I'm pretty sure that, you know, you have a warning, back of the head, don't do that. Second warning, that's the second warning, that back of the head, another one, point off. And then when the third one goes in, you'd expect your point off. But, I mean, he just, you know, he just took it off straight away, no warning and everything like that. And I thought, it's not my day here because, I mean, listen, if I was a Mancunian referee and a Mancunian boxer and 40,000 Americans come to my hometown, you know, and then booed my national anthem, I think my job as a referee might have been tainted a bit. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, but disappointment, you know, we all know how it finished. How was Floyd after? Was Floyd like quite...
Well, he was very complimentary at the press conference after. He said, I've got to give credit to Ricky Hatton. He said, one hell of a fighter, never stopped coming. He said, which was nice. I don't really know Floyd. I only knew him through the press conference. He was very complimentary to me after the fight. And the build-up, the 24/7, I only knew him from a press conference. And so I don't really know him personally. So I can't really judge. But... you know, as much as the referee, you know, I'm going to moan about, and I'll always moan about to the day I die, I just want everyone to know I'm not blaming it specifically on the referee. I just think whatever chance I had, I mean, it went out the window when the referee was doing what he was doing. But, I mean, I'd sort of like made it in boxing a little bit when I beat Kosciuszko and Mauser and Calazo, Urango, Castillo and that. But my life, I'll be forever grateful that I was born in the era of Floyd Mayweather, to be honest with you. He'll probably go down as arguably the greatest of all time. I moved up a way to give him one hell of a run for his money with a referee that won at his best that day. That's the politest I'll put it. But no, when I look back at my career, apart from the comeback which I made, you know, which I made for other reasons, not just boxing, you know, apart from my comeback, the only two that beat me will probably go down as two of the greatest of all time, if not the two greatest, you know, Mayweather and Pacquiao. So the fat lad did well.